Yes, live and welcome back to another video here on Cluiche. It is that time of the year. It's the time to give my official football all-star team for 2024. There's another video up on the Cluiche YouTube channel going into the hurling all-stars for 2024. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already. But I'm just going to go straight into the team. Let me know what you think about it. Here is the Cluiche football all-star team for 2024. In goal, I've gone with Blaine Hughes from Armagh. Full back line, Johnny McGrath from Galway, Aaron McKay from Armagh, and Barry McCambridge from Armagh. Half back line, I've gone with Dylan McHugh from Galway, Aidan Forker from Armagh, and Padder Mogan from Donegal. Midfield, I've gone with Paul Conroy from Galway and Niall Grimley from Armagh. Half forward line, I've gone with John Maher from Galway, Rian O'Neill from Armagh as the captain, and Oisin Conity from Armagh. And then full forward line, I've gone with Rob Finnerty from Galway, Sam O'Roy from Louth, and Oisin Gallen from Donegal. And going back to Rian O'Neill there, he is captain because I have selected Rian O'Neill as the Cluiche Footballer of the Year for 2024. Manager of the Year, I've gone with Kieran McGeeney from Armagh. And now I'm going to go through why I have picked each person for those positions and then go through my shout-outs when it's all said and done. So starting off with the goalkeeper, Blaine Hughes. So you have to put yourself in Blaine Hughes' position to understand why this year has been so magnificent. Over the last 2 years, Blaine Hughes was a seriously good goalkeeper, yet he was completely overlooked for Ethan Rafferty, who was an outfielder by trade. So that couldn't have been good for Blaine Hughes' confidence in his abilities if literally a midfielder is getting picked in goal ahead of you. But yet, Blaine Hughes has absolutely maintained the highest level of professionalism and commitment to the Armagh cause. And he got back into the team this year and he hasn't looked back. His kickouts have been sensational. He's definitely played a key role for Armagh throughout the championship. He's been a cool head between the sticks, hasn't really made any mistakes, and was critical in Armagh claiming only their second All-Ireland title ever. The full-back line then, as I said, I went with Johnny McGrath from Galway, Aaron McKay from Armagh, and Barry McCambridge from Armagh. Starting off with Johnny McGrath, he has had a sensational year in the Galway team, breaking through as a brilliant man marker. Absolutely superb. He's such a sticky cornerback to go up against. He's not easy at all. And he just sticks to his task. And he's a manager's dream. He's like a Darren Daly type with Dublin, that he just gets on with the job. And whoever Johnny McGrath goes on seems to fade out of the game because he's so good at his job. Fullback then I went with Aaron McKay from Armagh. Obviously came up with the big goal in the All-Ireland final, ventured forward quite a bit throughout the championship, but when he was deputised closer to his own goal, McKay just is a brilliant defender, a proper fullback. And yeah, I'm happy to have him in there. Left cornerback, I've gone with Barry McCambridge, a superb man marker. And he definitely contributed to why Shane Walsh was so quiet in the All-Ireland final this year. McCambridge just sticks to his task. And obviously he was picked as Sunday Games Footballer of the Year. That tells you all you need to know about how good McCambridge has been. Right half back, I've gone with Dylan McHugh from Galway. Had an outstanding year. Man of the match against Dublin when Galway pulled off that famous win in the All-Ireland quarter-final. McHugh has been brilliant in pretty much every single one of Galway's games. And yeah, more than deserving of his place at right half back there. Centre half back, I've gone with Armagh's Captain Fantastic, Aidan Forker. He just is a leader for this Armagh team. Scored a brilliant point in the first half of the All-Ireland final. Absolutely led from the front in all of Armagh's games. And anytime you saw Forker come off, it meant he had nothing left in the tank because he pours himself into every game he plays for the Orchard County. And he's the type of player that McGeeney would have built that team around. Padder Mogan then at left half back from Donegal has been sensational this season. An absolute flyer. This guy is a bullet. And particularly in the Louth game, I thought Padder Mogan was phenomenal. His shooting was brilliant in that game and he really showcased his skills that day. Midfield, I got with Paul Conroy from Galway. Paul Conroy, in my opinion, is just up there for a Footballer of the Year shout as Rian O'Neill. Conroy has been sensational. Kicked 3 gorgeous points in the All-Ireland final against Armagh, especially the 2 in the first half were beautiful. And the opener included in that as well. And throughout the championship, Conroy has constantly stepped up with big moments. And at 35 years of age, I really still hope that he comes back because he looked fantastic this year. Definitely didn't look like he's slowing down at all. Alongside him down in midfield, I've gone for Niall Grimley from Armagh. The journey that this guy has had to an All-Ireland title, you do have to look at that as well. What this guy has gone through and his finish to the year was unbelievable. To get that point in the 61st minute, to have the nerve not to call the mark, but to take it on, sensational. And then it clips the post and goes over. He was brilliant throughout all of Armagh's games, especially, in my opinion, the game against Kerry in the semi-final. And I think he's more than deserving of his place there at midfield. At right half forward, I've gone with John Maher from Galway. When you're at the game, I'd like to use a Sergio Busquets type quote about John Maher. That, like, when you look at the whole game, you don't see John Maher, but when you look at John Maher, you see the whole game. Everything that Galway do goes through John Maher, and his defending in the All-Ireland final was sensational as well. He couldn't have given any more to get the tribesmen over the line for the All-Ireland title. He will be heartbroken, but he definitely poured his heart out into this All-Ireland Championship and is fully deserving of an All-Star this year. Centre half forward, I gone with Rian O'Neill from Armagh, my footballer of the year for 2024. This guy is just a definition of a clutch player. Think about it down through the years. How many times has Rian O'Neill come up with huge moments for Armagh? And a lot of them get forgotten because Armagh went on to lose those games on penalties. Remember his point against Monaghan last year when it looked like Armagh were going to win? Remember his equaliser against Galway in the quarterfinal 2 years ago? This guy is just fantastic for Armagh. And he kicked one of the best points I've seen in Croke Park in the All-Ireland final against Galway. The amount of curl he's able to get in the shots, he's able to belt them over from huge distances, and he kicked a clutch score against Kerry in the semi-final as well. Pure leader, the type of player you need to win an All-Ireland, and it's no doubt that Rian O'Neill deserves this one. Oisin Conity then at left half forward from Armagh was absolutely brilliant in the All-Ireland final and very solid throughout the entire year. And in the final in Croke Park is the place to perform. And Oisin Conity scored 3 brilliant points for Armagh. Very individual efforts as well. The last one and the first one where he just made it happen himself. And the second one, he belted it over off the right boot. Conity is a real flair player. And the minute he got going in the All-Ireland final, that was fantastic news for Armagh that he was on his A game. Fully deserving, in my opinion, of that All-Star left half forward. Full forward line, then I go with Rob Finnerty from Galway. Look, this guy getting injured in the first few minutes was absolutely crucial for Galway. He scored the crucial goal against Sligo to save Galway's blushes in the Connacht semi-final. Then on top of that, this guy was constantly good for 2 or 3 points every game. He was magnificent against Dublin and Donegal. Got an early point against Armagh in the final before his untimely injury. But I still think he is worthy of his place in the All-Star team. And he always gets overshadowed by Comer and Walsh. But this year, Finnerty was Galway's most consistent inside forward. Then Sam O'Roy from Louth at full forward. Look, there's nothing more Sam O'Roy could have done. Everything that Ger Brennan asked him to do, he nailed it. His free taking is just a sight to behold. He never misses, this guy. And he absolutely poured everything he had into Louth's Championship 2024 as they made history by qualifying for the All-Ireland quarterfinal for the first time. And look, if Mulroy was in any other county, he would be starting. If he was playing for Armagh, he would be an All-Ireland champion right now. So you can't take it away from him just because he is from a county that didn't make it past the quarterfinals. And then left corner forward, I've gone with Oisin Gallen from Donegal. Gallen has really strut his stuff this year, and especially against Galway, he kicked some beautiful scores. Gallen is just one of those players you'd pay to see. He's one of those players that is just an entertainer. He's a brilliant footballer, and I'm happy with him at left corner forward. He's been magnificent for Donegal this year, and he looks like the type of player that McGuinness has certainly put his arm around and said, I'm going to get the best out of you. My shout-outs then for my team. Actually, well, just before I do that, I'm going to talk about the manager of the year, Kieran McGeeney. From where he picked Armagh up to where they are now. He picked them up in Division 3 in 2014. And yet he's bit by bit transformed them into the team that they are today. I'll never forget they annihilated Dublin 2 years ago in the first round of the league, made me sit up and take notice. And then to go through heartache after heartache, where if you reversed all 4 of those penalty shootouts, back-to-back Ulster champions and 2 semi-final appearances, at least, who knows if they could have gone further or not. So to go through all that heartache and then get people criticising you. 15 Armagh clubs said they wanted him out at the vote. And people telling him he should leave. He sticks with it. Armagh stick with him. And it results in an All-Ireland title. And for Geezer, it's absolutely sensational. And this guy is a made man now. All-Ireland winner as a player, as a captain, and as a manager. This guy's a god in Armagh. The 2 All-Irelands have Kieran McGeeney all over them. And rightfully so. He's absolutely superb. My shout-outs then, manager of the year, Pádraig Joyce would have been next up. Pádraig Joyce has absolutely been brilliant for Galway. It's just unfortunate that the final didn't go their way. My shout-outs for out the pitch then, Conor Gleeson from Galway and Niall Morgan from Tyrone, and my 2 shout-outs for goalkeepers. And then outfield players, Brino Buglick from Kerry, Craig Lennon from Louth, Conor O'Callaghan from Dublin, Conor Grimes from Louth, Conor Turbot from Armagh, Daniel O'Mahony from Cork, Liam Silk from Galway, Michael Langan from Donegal, Jason McGee from Donegal, Ben Creeley from Armagh, Ryan McHugh from Donegal, Ryan O'Donoghue from Mayo, Sean Patton from Donegal, and Stephen Campbell from Armagh are more shout-outs of players that I think absolutely do deserve to be taken into consideration when making the An Cluiche Team of the Year. But that's it. To recap, here is the An Cluiche Football All-Star Team for 2024. Goalkeeper Blaine Hughes from Armagh, right cornerback Johnny McGrath from Galway, fullback Aaron McKay from Armagh, left cornerback Barry McCambridge from Armagh, right halfback Dylan McHugh from Galway, centre halfback Aidan Forker from Armagh, left halfback Padder Mogan from Donegal, Paul Conroy from Galway in midfield along with Niall Grimley from Armagh, half forward line John Marr from Galway, Rian O'Neill from Armagh and Oisin Conity from Armagh, and full forward line Robert Finnerty from Galway, Sam Mulroy from Louth and Oisin Gallen from Donegal. Rian O'Neill is captain there because he is the An Cluiche Footballer of the Year for 2024, and the An Cluiche Manager of the Year for 2024 is Kieran McGeeney from Armagh. Let me know what you think about the team. Put your team in the comments below. Let me negotiate it with you. And until the next one here on An Cluiche, guys, take care.